to Babysit a Grandpa by Reagan, illustrated by Lee Wildish. Babysitting a grandpa is fun if you know how. When your grandpa rings the doorbell, what should you do? Hide! You might wiggle and want to giggle, but don't yell, "Grandpa!" Not yet. Shh. How to stay quiet. Pretend you're a shark waiting for lunch. Act like a pirate spy. Be as still as a lion statue. As soon as your grandpa says, "I give up," pop out and shout, "Here I am!" When your mom and dad leave, pat your grandpa's hand and say, "Don't worry, they always come back." Then, right away, ask him if he's hungry. Snacks for a grandpa. Ice cream topped with cookies. Olives served on fingertips. Anything dipped in ketchup. Cookies topped with ice cream. So there's ice cream topped with cookies and cookies topped with ice cream. So that's the snacks they had. After snacks, it's time to take your grandpa for a walk. When it's cold, bundle up. When it's sunny, sunscreen up, especially the top of his head. Remember to grab his hand when you cross the street and remind him to look both ways. What to do on a walk. Step over sidewalk cracks. Look for lizards, cool rocks, and dandelion puffs. If there's a puddle or a sprinkler, show him what to do. So here he is showing his grandpa how to jump in the puddle. When you're back at home, have him shut his eyes while you get ready. And then, how to entertain your grandpa. Somersault across the room, put on a scary play, show off your muscles. You may want to have some extra tricks. Grandpas always clap for more. Pretty soon, we'll want to join the fun. So, he'll want to join the fun. So, play with your grandpa too. How to play with a grandpa. March with your drum, give him a kazoo. Build a pirate cave, make sure you can both fit. Watch out for sharks in the water. Don't let your feet touch the floor. When your grandpa says, "Nap time," it's time for his nap. The best way to put him to sleep is to have him read a long book over and over and over and till everybody's asleep. Even if you're sleepy, too, babysitters have to stay awake. While he naps, draw a picture for his fridge. What to draw for a grandpa? A pirate shark battle, your favorite dinosaur, you and your grandpa splashing in a puddle. So there's grandpa, he's sleeping with the cat on his head. Wake up, grandpa! You might want to try lifting him with your muscles, tickling his nose and his toes, singing on top of Old Smoky, softly and then louder and louder and louder. Now ask, will mom and dad be home soon? Your grandpa will look at the clock and say, "Yikes, soon, very soon." Good babysitters can't leave messes, so turn on some bouncy music and get to work. Here they go, cleaning up. When you hear your mom and dad, grab your grandpa's hand and pull him behind the couch. Show him how to be quiet. Check how to stay quiet, which was on the first page. And whisper, "See, Grandpa? They always come back." There's mom and dad, and there's Grandpa and the little boy behind the couch. Now comes the hardest part, goodbye time. How to say goodbye to a grandpa. Surprise him with this picture. Give him a hug and a kiss, and a hug and a kiss, and a hug and a kiss. And ask, "When can I babysit you again?" So I have a couple of ideas for a card for your grandpa to thank him for coming over to let you babysit him. So the first idea would be to paint your hands and do a print. So when you do your print, make sure your thumbs are pointing in, and you can make them in the shape of a heart. And you can do a handprint thank you for your grandpa. But a second way that you can do it is to just cut it out on paper. So that's what I've done here. So you're going to start with an orange, or whatever color piece of paper. I picked orange, it's my favorite color. And you need to fold it in half. So you need to have a fold line. It doesn't matter how big the paper is. If you have small hands, you'll only need a half size piece. So your paper needs to have a fold. And then the next part is to place your hand on your paper so that your thumb and your index finger or your point finger are right on the edge of your fold. So once you've done that, you place your thumb and finger there, and you go through and you trace your hand. And I have one traced in marker so you can see my lines. So you can see this is what you end up with. And your index finger and your thumb were on the fold. So the next thing you need to do is start cutting. So we're not going to cut up where our fold is. We're going to start in where we had placed our thumb. We're going to cut out this center part. So now up here where your index finger is, do not cut around there. Start in at the top of your finger so that you leave your fold on your paper. So you don't want to cut the fold off. It's very important. So get this hand cut out. So those are the only two spots on the whole paper where the fold is connected to the hand. So cut the whole hand apart. And then the same thing on the fold where your thumb was, you do not want to cut the fold off. So once you're done, you should be able to unfold your hand, and when you flip it over, it's got a heart in the center. So here is my finished card, and you can write "I heart Grandpa," or you can write a note to your grandpa before he leaves after you've babysat him. So I just wrote a nice little saying, "A garden of love grows in grandparents' hearts." So that can be a nice card that you give your grandpa after he leaves when you're done babysitting him. So have fun babysitting your grandpa.